Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our JustNoMil. In today's episode, FMIL ignores me even though I invited her to a meal. So has to lie to JustNoMil about his whereabouts. My FMIL cried when my so informed her we moved in together. I won't be sending flowers to FMIL anymore. Update. My FMIL cried when my so informed her we moved in together. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. FMIL ignores me even though I invited her to a meal. I, 29F, invited my FMIL and my SO's sibling out for a meal, i.e. I was paying the bill, but it seemed like she used the opportunity to spend time with my so, 31M. My so and I got the table first, and we stood up when she and SO's sibling arrived. She maybe looked in my direction, but didn't greet me before we sat down. The entire meal she was only speaking to my so in Chinese. I do not speak the same dialect as my SO's family, but everyone, including FMIL, speaks English. She claims to not be good at English, but she watches American TV shows and texts her sons in English. Not once did she ask me how my family was or try to make small talk with me. She only turned to acknowledge me if I asked her a direct question like, "How do you like the food?" Luckily, my SO's sibling is easy to chat with, and she finally thanked me at the end for the meal after I paid. I was trying to be nice by treating her to a meal, but it just seemed like she was just there to talk to her son. My so knows I will not bend over backwards to curry favor with his mom, so I let over 3 months pass since she arrived for her annual 6-month visit before suggesting this meal. During that time, she never indicated she was interested in seeing me. Why do I even bother? You've reached out and tried to establish an at least minimally civil relationship, but she's made it perfectly clear she never wants to hear a word from you or see your face. Grant her wish. Why do I even bother? Hey, it's okay to try. Lots of times it goes well. And when it doesn't, we learn something. And you have definitely learned who she is. Why do you put up with it? Why indeed? Don't put up with it. Don't invite her for a meal in the future. In response to a kind and generous gesture, she has treated you with contempt. Do you and your so live together? Maybe I misunderstand. Do you have separate homes, and she spends 6 months sleeping on his sofa? If so, that's a pretty untenable situation he should not put you in. I understand that a culture may ask people to show respect to their elders, but cultures also encourage younger generations to marry and have children. Otherwise, the culture would die off. What is she preventing you from achieving in your lives together? Are you willing to tolerate it? Drop the rope. Nothing you do will be good enough for her. Plus, your so should stand up for you, but it doesn't seem like he is. So has to lie to JustNoMil about his whereabouts. My so, M32, and I, F29, have been together for almost 3 years now. I am so proud of him that he is going to therapy to address his relationship with his helicopter mom. One of the things he has been learning is to withhold info from her about our lives because we have seen that she reacts badly when she feels we are wasting money or just plain feeling jealous that her son is having a good time with someone that's not her. Less info is better so she doesn't have ammunition for a fight she wants to start. Recently, my so and I went to Europe for a destination wedding, which was a total dream. He didn't tell JustNoMil we were going because he said she would be mad that he is going with me to a city that she has not been to. One night she called while we were sleeping, and when my so didn't pick up, she started spam calling / messaging him across different platforms. He happened to see it all and had to hide in the bathroom to tell her he was out at dinner with friends. Why she was being so frantic, because at home the time she called is around dinner time. The wedding went well, and we both got home safely. I found out recently that he preemptively told his mom before our flights back that we were attending a local wedding over the weekend, so he would be unavailable in case she tried to call again during our transit. Lo and behold, this woman had so many questions like where, whose wedding, how do you know them, did you buy that tux, send pictures of not just you but the wedding party, etc. Lying about the location is one thing, but why does he have to lie that the friend was his? He said last time we went to my friend's wedding his mom had a lot of words for why he was going and why he had to get a new suit for it. He said if her told her they were our friends, she wouldn't believe him. Also the tux. He had that custom made, and when she asked about it, he told her it was a rental. JustNoMil is such a helicopter parent for a 32-year-old man. I've been told that I need to be patient while my so slowly disentangles himself from his mom, but it's just so frustrating to watch. He is so naive, sometimes thinking that she will let go when we get married, but I know better. He doesn't feel ready to have the blow-up, break-up conversation with his mom, but I know these small things he's learning to do to deflect won't solve his problems. No, he does not have to lie. He chooses to lie because he is a mama's boy who is too weak to stand up for himself and you. He's in his 30s FFS. When is he going to man up? Do not marry this man or have children with him until he grows a pair. And stop helping him to hide things. Post some photos of your trip on your socials. You shouldn't have to compromise your life to accommodate him and his awful mother. Him allowing her antics to invade your lives. If you marry this guy before he manages to enforce some serious boundaries, you will be the one who pays for it. She sounds unhinged. He does not need to lie. He chooses to lie. Also, lying is not the same as withholding information. Until he can say things to her like, "It's none of your business what I, as a grown adult, am spending my time and money on," or "I'm busy" on repeat, with no further explanation, he is not ready to be a full partner to you. Also, when she spams his phone and he responds, he is teaching her how far she needs to go to get his attention. He needs to quit choosing the short-term pain relief, appeasing her to shut her up, over the long-term gain, she being upset while he teaches her how to treat him as an adult. This is quite literally a no pain, no gain situation. He has not learned to withhold information from his mother. He has learned to lie to her to avoid conflict. He is going to eventually lie to you about stuff too. If he can't learn to own his own life and to not give his mother details, then I don't know how he is going to manage the rest of your shared life together. My FMIL cried when my so informed her we moved in together. My so, M32, and I, F29, have been together for 3 years now. He recently moved in with me and is going to maintain his home because his brother lives there and his mom visits from abroad about half the year. He had been apprehensive about breaking the news to her because she has a history of being emotionally manipulative and does not support our relationship. On numerous occasions in the past, her temper comes out and she will yell at my so for abandoning the family and being a bad son whenever she felt him pulling away from her. So, we decided that it would be best if he moved in while she was still abroad and inform her of the new living arrangements before her next visit. Leading up to the call, we were both so nervous of what her reaction was going to be, so when it happened and she didn't raise her voice, we were so confused. My so was prepared to defend my honor, lol. She complained that she wished my so would have told her sooner so they could discuss it, but that he was also an adult who could make his own choices. She asked how I was doing. She never does that, and said offhandedly that she wants grandkids. Despite the passive comments, we thought the call went well. But I guess it's a good thing we didn't get too comfortable because a week later we learned from my SO's brother that his mom had cried after the call and said it was all my fault. Absolutely insane. I'm proud of my so because he thought his mom was being ridiculous and overly dramatic, which is not a feeling he could have mustered up about his mom a year ago. He still has a long way to go in therapy, but I think he has realized that he needs to forge his own path despite his mom's plans for him, even if it means have a distant relationship with her. Moving forward, we are waiting for her arrival in a few weeks and will reassess the situation depending on her behavior once she is stateside. Living with me means he doesn't have to spend all his free time with her and can come and go as he pleases. Just don't let her start staying at your place. Before you know it, she will be staying 6 months at a time. She will try anything to spend more time with her son. People who sob over adults' perfectly reasonable decisions need a job because they have too much time on their hands. You and your so should consider making some plans to make sure you are not always available when she is here, more than you usually might, just to drive home the point. Not to be ugly, but to make sure she gets the message that at his age it's ridiculous that she still tries to keep those apron strings tied. Best of luck. I won't be sending flowers to FMIL anymore. As the title says, I won't be buying or sending flowers to my FMIL for any occasion from now on because apparently she thinks it's weird that someone other than her sons would get her flowers. Not to mention her sons rarely even get her any. I just thought it'd be nice to send her flowers for Mother's Day since I was already doing it for my own mom. I spend the holiday with my own parents, so I wanted to extend a nice gesture to the mother of the man I'm dating. They were well received for the last 2 years, or so my so and I thought. His sibling advised I just save my money this year. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Your fiancé's mother just sent you a message. She's not gaining a family member, she's losing a son, in her mind. Do what you will with that information going forward. She probably gets excited when she sees the flowers, and then gets sad when she sees they are from you and not her son's. It's clear how she feels about you. You hit the nail on the head. TBH, that was probably her way of saying that she wants her son to send her flowers. But she knows darn good and well that any flowers sent from him would really have been ordered by you. So she will hold you accountable for him not sending flowers, even though she would still just be getting flowers from you, just with a different name on the card. But if you won't help prop up her fantasy world of a loving, doting son, then clearly you are the problem. /s Update. My FMIL cried when my so informed her we moved in together. Please refer to my original post and history for context. My so, M32, broke the news to his mom 2 weeks ago that he moved in with me, F29, over the phone. We already knew she was not a happy camper based on what she's been saying to SO's younger brother. Out of the blue, she called and her first line was, "I'm upset, and you're going to listen to me tell you why," or something to that effect. Yikes. Basically, she went on and on for over an hour about all her grievances, some listed below. My so just tuned her out and didn't say anything except for a few instances, then just said, "Bye," and hung up when she ran out of things to say. She cried so much because of him. My so doesn't care about his family and is abandoning them. He pays the mortgage for the home she lives in while she is in the States. He betrayed her, and it's worse than when she and his dad separated. She said she's over the separation. Total lie because she can't stop talking about it and still bitter. She wouldn't have felt as bad if younger brother had done this. I feel so bad for the youngest for the blatant favoritism. If he had told her before he moved, she would have been okay with it. Another lie because she specifically told So and his brother that they will live with her until they get married, and that my So should not move in with me if I ask. Is he white? We are Asian. She ranted about how he broke tradition and how this is not how things are done. The whole family must be consulted. His bad attitude is why he has no friends. She's tried to be nice to me all last year. This is actually so laughable. Read my post history. She thinks just showing up to lunch or allowing me to come into SO's home while she is there is being nice. She doesn't need to talk to me. I'm not allowed to see her on Mother's Day, and she doesn't want any gifts from me. I haven't seen her on Mother's Day ever and wasn't planning to. I canceled the flowers. My so responded very well, I think. In the past, he would have gave in and begged for forgiveness. This time he said nothing and ended the call. He updated his brother on the situation after. Brother informed him that MIL made a comment about doing some revenge spending as punishment. She has one of SO's CC from before we met. My so immediately put a spending limit on the card. Last year she was upset about how her Mother's Day went and bought a designer bag with SO's card without telling him. I guess I'm not looking for specific advice, but wanted to write this down so I don't ever forget how terrible my FMIL is. A spending limit? Close that card, FFS. I recommend going one step further. Cancel that card totally and get one she doesn't have access to. Remove all financial support from Mother Dearest. JFC, the spending limit on that card should be $1. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.